Welcome back to Buddy Buddy. This is our first episode with three people. This is Hayden and Aidyn. And we just couldn't ask for a better duo to kick this off. So it's fun because their names rhyme and they're best friends. So that's a good time.
Yes.
But yeah, so we just got our nails done today. Show the people. And I was like, I have a fun idea. Let's record a podcast. So this will hopefully get us a younger target audience because, here, Buddy Buddy, we're for all the people, So before we get started on who y'all are and all the tea, all the stuff, we're going to play this or that. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
So coffee or tea?
Oh, okay. So
Like sweet tea or hot tea?
I think like hot tea.
coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee? Okay. Summer or winter?
Winter. I'm a Christmas girl all the way.
Summer.
Summer?
Yeah. No school.
That's fair.
The beach,
I had a
Yeah.
heat stroke, so.
Oh, so that's
we don't.
That's fair. That's hard because I like summer because no school and stuff, but I love winter clothes a lot more.
Yeah.
So that's tough. I'd probably say
I
winter.
agree. I love the sweaters, but I love the weather and not being
Like
in
the
school.
beach and stuff.
Yeah, I do love the beach too, which is fair. I don't know. Okay, pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Waffles. Waffle House.
Oh, that's true though. Waffle House. But I don't ever really get a waffle when I go to Waffle House.
Me either. I always get like
I
one of
get
them
the
bowl
All-Star.
things.
Like the All-Star thing.
And you just tear it up.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, give it all.
Oh,
Here too, man. Okay, what about movie or TV show?
A TV show.
TV show probably.
Yeah, I'm TV show too. I can't watch movies. I'm too I have to move and stuff.
Yep.
To sit there
Same.
for a long time, I'm like, okay, this is eternity. Like, get on with it. Okay, beach or mountains?
Oh, mountains. Oh,
I don't like sand,
Okay.
but you can.
but I get car sick when I go to the mountains.
Well, like you can still. There's like water and stuff up in the mountains.
Yeah, you can
So
a place that has the
mountains.
lake.
I'm mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like them. Yeah, I would say the mountains more. Honestly.
Okay. I'm definitely a beach girl.
Yeah.
So there's that. I could live at the beach forever. Okay, cats or dogs?
Dogs. I
A
hate
dog.
cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I was a dog I still love dogs, but we have a cat, and my sister wanted a cat, and we got it I think over the summer, right as summer was ending, and I love her. She's so sweet and cute. She's crazy, but I'm like, I could be a cat person just because of Sassy.
Her name is Sassy.
Yeah, so cute. I hated it at first, and I'm like, she's a kid. Why are we already saying she's gonna be sassy? But it's kind of iconic now. It's just all of my sister's friends and our friends and stuff, they just are like, oh yeah, that's Sassy.
That's so cute.
We love her. She's very cute. And it's funny because my dad is macho man, tough guy, but he loves that cat. Treats it like an actual human being. And I'm like, if you spoil this cat, just imagine when I have kids. That's gonna be wild.
What's his
But
grandpa name gonna be?
so his grandpa name will be Chief.
Chief.
Yes. Which sounds ridiculous, but if you know him, it's just so fitting because he's head of the house, it's me. So it's honestly very fitting. Let's go to Chief's house, so it makes sense if you know him. Andrew's not mad about it. I don't think so. Okay. So let's talk real quick about Christmas highs and lows. You went to Tennessee.
Yes,
Which was fun.
Yes.
I
we
feel like
got
that's a high.
Yes, that was a very big high.
I almost got hit by a car when we were there, so that was a lot fun. But besides that, it was really great. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
didn't really have anything terrible. I feel like I've been busy all week.
yeah.
We went up in an Airbnb. We had a hot tub. We went to Dollywood shopping. That was fun. I got my shoes.
That was the draining of my bank account.
Oh, that's
so packed.
that is fair.
Converse,
fair.
please sponsor me.
Oh yeah, they had a sale, half off, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about that at the nail salon.
Yeah.
Because my sister got a pair of shoes too. But yeah, their outlet mall is
It's so
dangerous.
nice.
They have
It's very-
everything.
They really do. Their area is really nice. I got like a cute workout set from there
Oh, love
and
that.
leggings.
Mm.
So
I went to North Face and I got this cute little top and then like
Yeah.
another.
We didn't even make it to Erie. Our bank account was so we had to stop.
that was like the main place I wanted to go, and we went to Palmetto Moon, but it was just like too much.
They
And yeah,
had a good sale going on, I feel like.
We went to Hibachi too after. So.
We did do that. That was good.
that's yummy.
Yes.
We went like a few days before y'all did, so that was fun. We were talking about how we went to Dixie Stampede, which is funny. I told them in the car that like it really put into perspective how many chickens are in the world, because every person in there got their own little chicken. It was like this big. And I'm like, if you have 400 people, 4 shows, I mean,
It's 1,600, not 16,000.
Yeah, Aiden did
Wow.
wrong math and said 16,000, but it's fine.
It's okay. We're not in school. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we forgive her for it. Okay, so let's get into it about your lives. Aiden, you're gonna go first. So just tell us like a little bit about yourself, all the stuff.
Well, hi, I'm Aiden. I'm a sophomore at Woodruff High School. I moved there my freshman year. I was gonna go to Burns. I lived overseas for about 7 years. In this place near Morocco and then in Barcelona. So yeah, I came back like this year. It'll be 6 years. So.
Nice. Wait, why were you overseas?
My parents were missionaries, and the church in the middle was like our sending church. And then, yeah, I play 3 sports. I play tennis, basketball, and I run track. I work at an ice cream shop with Hayden.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think I knew that about your parents being missionaries. Wait, that's so fun. So, like, what's different? Like, what do you miss about being over there?
Well, like a big difference here, there's like a lot of plants and stuff. Like I didn't know what a backyard was until we moved back. Like I walked outside like the place that we were staying and I was like, what is this? But it was a backyard with like a bunch of grass and stuff, and it's all concrete over there. Like it's
Wow.
huge buildings, like but it is really different. The food is really good over there. Like
Mhm.
really good.
I bet it feels cleaner. Is it cleaner, like the food?
It's just better. Like it's
fresh.
Oh my gosh. Yes, there's a bunch of that's like a big difference of like over there there's bakeries like on every single street, and every morning it's like everything is fresh baked. Like you go to school later in the day and then you come home for an hour and you take a nap, which is like siesta. So like you have an hour a day just to nap and then like lunch and everything, and then you go back to school for a couple hours, and then after school you go to the park, just hang out.
So, what time do you start school every day?
Over here we started at 7:50, and over there it was like 8:30 maybe a little later.
Interesting. And then what time did you get out over there?
So we got out at 2:15 and then had to be back at like 3:15, and then we had to go back, and then we got out at like 5 something.
Huh. That's interesting. It's like a longer day, but I mean, you get a break, so it feels maybe like college-ish. I don't know. So that was every day.
Every day.
Huh.
It's
And
very
talk about
interesting.
how y'all are supposed to go back. And then
Yes.
y'all like
So, yeah, basically when we moved back here, I thought it was only for 6 months because you get a 6 month stateside, so like you can come back, see your family, be in
Yeah.
America, speak your own, like language again.
Yeah.
And everyone was just crying on the last day, and I was like, I'll be back in 6 months, like it's gonna be okay. And then 6 years later, I'm still here.
So what made y'all stay and not go back?
I don't know. I guess it was just the Lord's plan,
Yeah.
It just was right, and I miss it over there, but I love the people here.
Yeah.
I live my life here.
And y'all foster care as well.
Yes, we do. We've had a couple placements over the years, and we just moved in. We built a house and we moved in so we could have more space and like a room to foster. And right now I have 2 sisters, and I love them so much.
Yeah. So how long, like, what made your family decide, like, this is what we want to do for foster care?
I think because there's just such a big need for foster care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many foster kids who like are so in need of help and love, and there are houses, but some of them are not the best, and they're
Yeah.
really in need of good people.
Yeah.
And my family just wanted to be like a safe place and a good home. So
Yeah. Which y'all do a great job of, because I see your mom, like, the way she parents them, and it's just so like matter of fact, and it's discipline, but it's like in such a loving way, and they're like, oh yeah, like we're gonna do what she says. Like it is insane watching y'all do that. It's good stuff. So sweet. Anything else you want to tell the people? You're like you're a three sport athlete.
Yes, it's really busy, but I think I like the consistency and everything.
Mhm.
Like I like having something to do to like stay in shape and just be busy.
Yeah.
I like it.
What's your favorite one?
Oh, I don't know. I like them all for different reasons.
Okay.
Track I like because I feel like individually it pushes me a lot. And basketball, it's really like the team is different than any other sport that I play.
Mm.
And tennis, it's just fun. Like I like it.
Yeah, I've tried to play tennis for not like for my high school, but just like leisurely. It is hard.
Oh, it is so hard.
It will kick your butt. Like, do you play like singles and doubles or just?
Yeah, in practice. This year I was actually not eligible to play because I went to Mexico and I
We went to Mexico.
we did. We went to Mexico together on a mission trip and I missed a couple practices, so I was ineligible to play. But it's
Come on,
okay.
Woodruff. The Lord.
She told the coach.
It's
too.
okay.
But
It's in the past.
It's fine.
You know, Lord has plan, a reason for everything. It was
That's right.
maybe yeah. But in practice, so you play your number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then your 6 and your 7 player are doubles.
Mhm.
And then so the first 5 people play singles and then the number 6 and 7 play doubles. And then the way it works and everything, the scoring, if y'all are tied at the end of the match, your number 1 and your number 2 player play doubles. So it's really
Oh.
you get to do a lot. It's really
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, one of my best friends, Lexi, she used to coach at Gaffney High for tennis. She played in high school, her and her sister did. And so she would tell me about some of the stuff, but I don't really know. Like, the only thing I really know about tennis is from like Wii Sports and stuff. I will destroy someone on Wii Sports tennis, but in real life, me and my dad went and played one time. It's just a very different like motion and like body movement.
it's a lot of hand-eye coordination.
It really is. And like I'm a strong person and I'm quick, but to hit it right and just have the accuracy, I feel like is so hard. So props to you. Props to tennis players.
I mean,
we love y'all.
we
And
love
pickleball.
Yeah. Oh, so you were into that.
Oh, we
been
went
and
one
we
time. We got mad at each other. That was rough.
A test of friendship right there. Oh,
It's so fun.
It,
we have like
and it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot easier too.
the court's
It's like-
smaller.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like tennis and ping pong, but like it's like ping pong in a big version.
Yeah.
Okay. I really want to try pickleball, but by the time it got like popular or whatever, I felt like it was just too late. Like everyone was just too deep and I just missed the mark, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like I don't have the time these days, but maybe I should make time because it does look really
Yes.
fun.
It is so fun. There's like no pickleball courts around here though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's one that's like pretty far away, but I actually have like a little thing at my house. Like our carpet,
Yeah.
it's like a lead, like a I don't know what it's called, but we have like concrete, and then we bought like a pickleball thing, so we have a net and like paddles and everything. So
Interesting. Have a little tournament.
yeah,
Little tournament action. Okay, Hayden, it's your turn.
Okay. Hey
Enough with
guys.
Hayden. We're on to you.
Hey guys, I'm Hayden and I'm a junior at Dorman High School.
University.
Pretty much. I all I do is really work, study, and hang out with my friends, or I'm at church. I'm very involved with my church.
Okay.
I am the missions intern, so I'm involved with all things missions, and I help with their dad and all kinds of stuff. And then I work at the ice cream store with Aidyn, and I basically just study all the time. But yeah, I don't play a sport. I took a break from soccer, like 8th grade year just to focus on school because I felt like that was more important because I really want to go to Clemson and I really want to focus on that, I guess.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
So,
So do y'all ever get scheduled to work together?
I think Jake makes us not scheduled together because when we do, we're kind of crazy.
We just have a lot of fun.
We do, but we do have a lot of fun.
That's good. So you go to Dorman? How's that? How's Dorman?
Dorman is huge.
Yeah, it's large.
But like I think okay, so ninth grade has their own school.
Yeah.
And then so it's only from like 10th grade to 12th grade is like the main campus or whatever. So going into 10th grade, I was a nervous wreck. But like if you think about it and once you get like familiar with like the hallways and stuff, it doesn't feel that big.
Okay.
So like it's really easy to get to where you're going.
That's
But
fair.
I mean like if you're on like 3rd floor C wing, it takes you 10 minutes to get to A
You have
wing.
3 floors
Yeah, we have 3
and
floors.
wings.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And they have like restaurants in there.
Yeah, we have a Papa John's, hibachi, and pizza. Papa John's, Subway,
Okay.
and
Okay.
hibachi.
I think y'all are like the 3rd biggest school in the state.
Something like that.
I think that's like very recent because yeah.
Woodruff is the #1 school, guys. With like teachers and stuff.
I mean, I have heard great things about Woodruff.
Yeah.
So
Y'all are just really strange. The demerits are crazy.
Yes, there is a lot of stuff about Woodruff that's very different and everything, and I can make jokes about it all I want, but I love it a lot.
I bet it's different because like Dorman just has so many kids, so it's like not as strict, like maybe
Oh, absolutely.
loose with their rules and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
There's like bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, you got to pick
Yeah.
your battles.
I mean, like my principal literally tore both his ACLs. Yeah, like 2 weeks before Christmas because he was trying to break up a fight.
oh,
It was bad. Like he's in a wheelchair. He's like it's really bad.
oh my.
Yeah.
See,
So-
I've never been. The only thing I've done at Dorman is volleyball.
Yeah.
Like that's literally it. Because I
Yeah.
played there. We had tournaments there, and then like coaching. They're in our region, so
Yeah,
I would go there for games and stuff. And they're of course literally insane.
they are insane.
volleyball.
They're great.
So we did beat them my 10th grade year in my glory days. We beat them to go to Upper State, and it was literally like one of the best days of my entire life. It was
That's
so fun.
crazy.
But they're a powerhouse. I feel like
They
they'll
are.
always be.
They're always going to be. Even
Yeah.
if we lose 5, 10, however many seniors, we're always
Oh.
really good.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all are always gonna be really good. So you mentioned that you're like an intern with missions.
Yes.
So tell us about that a little bit.
Okay, so I just like my main role is to like get the students involved with missions more because last year we had trouble with like getting people like the students involved.
Yeah.
And like literally there was only 4 students that went on a mission trip last year. And so he wanted to change that to where it would be more students could be involved and like feel like they can go somewhere or whatever.
Yeah.
So this semester was kind of my like chill semester. It's gonna like in the next few weeks we're gonna start planning the missions conference and stuff, and that was like a whole weekend type of thing, and on that Friday it's like a student night and I get to talk and like share about what missions means to me and all that kind of stuff, and that's like kind of nerve-wracking, but like that's like what I was like after my mission trip to Mexico. I feel like that's where I was called to do. Like,
Yeah.
so I always knew I was called to ministry. I just didn't know when or like what.
Yeah.
So, yeah, after that I was called, and then a few weeks later, Jason Williamson, our missions pastor, texted me and my parents, and they were like, "Hey Hayden, what do you feel about being our student missions pastor or intern?" And I was like, okay, yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
then, so now, yeah, I get this whole fun opportunity of where I get to be involved with my church and share my story and how missions has changed my life and stuff. So
That's so cool.
yeah, I
oh
love
my
it.
gosh.
So
So
proud.
y'all just had proud bestie moment. Y'all just had a group go to
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua, was
Me
it?
and Hayden are going in
Yeah.
the summer.
We are.
A lot of students actually.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
involvement.
So compare how many mission trips do you know are planned for this year for your church?
Gosh. So there's some that are available for like the church to go on, and then some are like my dad's going to Japan in May to see if like we want to like
a
have,
networking
yeah.
thing. Okay.
So there's like about maybe I don't know 3 of those, and then there's like 12 for people to choose from and stuff. We have 2 like during the summer we have 2 trips to Nicaragua because that's such a big that's like the big
Y'all are already established there, kind of.
yeah.
So
We have the Pearl Foundation, which is more like working with like students or like kids and get like presents and like things with them to make sure their needs are fulfilled.
Yeah.
And then there's like a chosen children thing, and then that's what we're going on, and I'm really excited for that one. So
That's gonna be so cool.
yeah.
I'm just like looking back on Mexico last year. I don't know, growing up like overseas and everything, and just not really. I mean, like I was living a mission trip, you know, which is so like I never thought of it like that, and then just being able to go out of the country again and just be around like people like I could communicate them like because I spoke their language and like just be able to like impact people like that. It's just so cool, and I'm excited to get to like experience Nicaragua.
Yeah.
So are you fluent in Spanish?
Yeah, I actually speak 3 languages. It's called Catalan. You speak it like in like the area that Barcelona is in, and then Spanish, obviously.
That is sick.
Yeah.
What the heck? I've only been out of the country one time, and that was to go on a mission trip to Honduras, which was really fun. Like really, really fun. Yeah. It was definitely eye-opening, and it was long, but it was really good. You just don't like realize the difference until you actually go. Like you see pictures and stuff, but
perspective.
Yes, those are almost highlights. You know, when you see pictures, it's not, you know, walking from house to house up mountains and we drink water out of bags and stuff. Like it is just, we had a good stay and like it was fine, but like you just don't realize how good you have it here until you go somewhere else, you know. But that was the first time I had ever really evangelized. That was probably the first time. And then I've only been to I went to Maine on a mission trip in high school, but that was more of like church plant stuff. And we did a few like outreach things, but I mean, at that point I was in high school. That was the first time I'd ever done something like that. So I was kind of, okay, what is this like? What does it look like? Feeling of rejection and stuff. Like, oh, there are people who really just do not give a crap about the Lord or anything. Right. They don't care. They don't care. It's like, no, that's your thing. That's not really my thing. And it's like, no, this isn't just like a thing. This is eternity we're talking about here. It really puts stuff into perspective for sure. So
the best gift ever, and it's free. So why wouldn't you take it?
Yeah.
Right.
I always tell people like, if I'm wrong, I've wasted my life. If you're wrong, that's your eternity. That's a Lecrae quote that I saw one time, and I was like, that is so true. Like, you don't want to live your life and be like, okay, yeah, let's just see if this is true. I'll just live my life and see if it is true. Not in like a, let's just see kind of way. Like you're actually giving your life to the Lord versus just saying, oh, well, I'll do that when I'm older, or I'll just not do it. Like, why do that? It just seems bogus, but it's eternity. It's very scary. So,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Me and Hayden, we got to spend a lot of time together this summer because I got to go back to FCA camp, and Hayden came this year, and that's my favorite place on earth. I love it there. Like the connections that like I feel there are just so different than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, and it's so different because like you go to like a student camp for church, and then there's some people that are like followers and act like it. And then there's some that are there and they're lost. Yeah. But like when you go to FCA camp, like they're all there because they want to be there and that they're following Jesus and they want to do better and how like to learn how you can lead better at your school. And like I've never I just remember there's this picture and it's like us in the auditorium and they're worshiping and like almost everybody has their like hands raised or something. Like and I just don't feel like we see that all the time. Yeah. At church or something. But I just it's so fun.
Just like the way that you can meet someone. Like there's people from all these different states all coming up to this one mountain and it's like the bonds that you have and the way that you can just be vulnerable and be there for the people and just like you can feel like God's presence and like just
Yeah.
the crazy stuff that happens. And then like that transitioning over to like our student camp, like it's just like feels like there's just so much potential in like our generation and everything.
Yeah.
Like we had like a speaker and she's like, y'all are a chosen generation, like in a world full of like so much darkness and everything. Like
Yeah.
imagine if we can like worship like that in a room full of people who all feel the same way. Imagine the difference that we could make
Yeah.
in our churches and in our student camps. I had to speak at our student camp, and that was so cool just to be able to like share. And then going to Mexico and
Literally all the span of 3 weeks. We went to FCA camp.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, it was
Oh, yeah.
great.
That's such a fun way to
And
spend
it's so
summer.
like it was so we went to FCA camp and then we could leave for the high school camp, and it's like sometimes a lot of people think of like, oh, you're about to get like right with Jesus and all this kind of stuff at like high school camp or whatever, but no, we were already on track and we were
Yeah.
already, and it was just really fun and like to already be
And
following Jesus, like following Jesus in the way we should be,
Yeah.
and not having to be like, oh, I'm like in the wrong path or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just so fun to see all these lives change and like help see those lives change in
Yeah.
FCA or at high school camp because that already happened.
And it's like a continuous thing, you
Yeah.
know, like you get right and you just gotta stay right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then we had this FCA event. Our FCA changed a lot this year because all of our leaders, except for me, graduated.
Mhm.
And our like coordinator, she retired. I love her, Coach Skinner. So we have a new leader, and like there's not really a set leadership team, but we're trying to like get things set up again and
Yeah.
everything, and it's looking a little different. But we actually had an FCA event called Fields of Faith. It was at Spartan High, and me and Hayden both got to speak.
Yep.
That's cool.
It was really cool, and it was just FCA is definitely like a big passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, being a coach, now I coach at Spartan High. And so we have a girl that comes, and she basically is like my team FCA leader. So she's got, I don't know if Woodruff is her school or not, too.
Is it Jordy?
Yeah.
Okay, hers is Lucas.
Okay. Is she dormant soon?
No, we have Savannah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a pastor in Gaffney named Holden, and I asked him to come speak to my girls like right after tryouts or whatever. And he was like, I'm going to get you connected because he does Gaffney FCA stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like, if you know somebody from Spartanburg or whatever, like tell her to come, or him, whoever it is. And she was like, oh, I'm definitely going to come. So she came every Monday to our practices, or whenever she could, and to some of our games, and would just do like a team building activity and then do like a quick little lesson. And she invited me to Field of Faith, but something happened and I couldn't go. But I knew that it was at Spartan High.
Mhm.
I can't remember what happened, but I'll have to definitely try to come next year.
Oh, it was
But
great.
I didn't know FCA was like making a comeback, kind of, because when I was in high school, not really a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember in middle school we had it, but it wasn't as like student led, really. Like sometimes it would be, but it was very much like a youth pastor would come and lead it or whatever, which is fine. I mean, you still have students that are coming and listening to the gospel, but I think that's pretty cool that y'all are involved with stuff like that, because yeah, it's definitely needed.
Oh yeah, I think like FCA has opened so many doors, I think, for myself, and I'm sure Aiden too. Like I sing at our FCA every Thursday morning,
Mhm.
and like I mean I do that at church too. Like I sing, but like I never get to see like there's people like I stand right there and I'm singing and I see all these people like at school singing. Like that's just something that you don't see normally, like
Mhm.
praising the Lord at your school.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool to see that and stuff too.
Yeah.
We also, me and Hayden and a couple other girls,
Oh, yeah.
after student camp, right before school started, we just kind of wanted to plan this night where we could worship and like you know how you can go to like a church camp and you get all fired up and you're just your heart is like on fire for the Lord. You're
Yeah.
set and then you come back from that trip or off that mountain and your spiritual high is like gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just wanted or we felt led to just have a night where we could all worship and just get together with like groups from our school
Mhm.
with girls that were, you know, our age, like high schoolers, and we just worshiped and had like a night of prayer over the coming year, and that just really like it was a great way to start the year.
That's good
It was
stuff.
so great.
Was it just at y'all's church?
No,
Mhm.
we actually did it like at one of our friends' houses.
Oh.
So she has this huge backyard, like it's humongous. So like she has a full court basketball court, a pool, and then like a pool house type of thing. So there's like what would you say, like a
It's like a little area, like with a. It actually we planned for it to be on the basketball
Yeah, we
court,
did.
but it started pouring down rain,
and it was really
Go away, stay.
Yeah, it was-
You're not stopping this worship
it did
night.
not stop us. So we went under this little awning with like a kitchen area and everything.
I got
we
you.
just worshipped, and then there was a rainbow.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was so cool.
That's so
And
cool.
that was like the first time I ever like actually shared my testimony.
Yeah.
And that's when I like started. I always was nervous to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I finally did it. And then I was just like, oh my gosh. And it was actually not that bad. Like, I
Yeah.
actually like speaking in front of people. So then that gave me the opportunity of like speaking at my FCA and then speaking at the Fields of Faith.
And
thing.
now
So-
the missions night
Yeah.
thing coming up. So it's
Yeah.
like the Lord's been kind of dropping little opportunities
Yeah.
for you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I heard this thing, like, I totally get that about like the spiritual high thing and all
Mhm.
that because our community does a good job of having stuff throughout the summer. Like, we don't stop doing Wednesday nights at my church. Like,
I wish.
I know that's
wish
what me and
so
Andrew were
badly.
talking about.
Our church.
Yeah. And
the
so,
Winter campus too. That's
yeah.
my heart.
I
and
wish.
we do this thing, which y'all should, well, I won't be able to be as involved this year. It's called Jerusalem Project.
Okay.
And it's like all the youth groups and stuff in the county, they sign up and it's like 400 or 500 youth. And you get put on a crew for the week and you might know somebody, you might not, but you have like a crew chief and a crew encourager. And you have a task of like doing a wheelchair ramp for an older person or redoing a porch or painting a house, doing a roof. There's like 3 different sports camps. It is literally so much fun.
Oh my gosh, I want to do that.
Oh, it is so fun. And then at night, like you do that from like you have to be at the church. We host it at Kirby, like at least all the crews meet there. And so you get there at like 7:30. We play like a fun game and I help host like the fun games and stuff. It's so fun. And then you go to your crew, you have a flag like for your crew and you decorate it. And it's fun names like hammerheads, nail biters, stuff that's like punny with tools or whatever. And then you get fed lunch, you do like a devotion, and you come back around like 1 or 2, maybe not even that late. And then you go back and you shower, and there's theme nights and like worship nights. And so we have like, I think we did verses. So it was like Hawaiian versus America and stuff like that. And there's like a band, there's a speaker, like the whole shebang. And it's so much fun and it definitely gets people like on fire for the Lord and stuff. And it's an easy way because it's like, dude, we're just doing a sports camp. Like that's what I do. I run one of the sports camps. So it's an easy way to get youth to like come out and stuff, or, we're dressing up like America or fun games and, you kind of promote it that way. But I heard this like analogy, I guess, and it was like, when you're around people who are on fire for the Lord constantly, it's like the argument of I can be saved to not go to church, that whole argument. That's true, but if you think about coal in a fire, it's around other pieces of coal and it's got the spark and it's on fire, right? And it's going to stay on fire. But take a piece of coal out and watch it. What's going to happen?
Fire's gonna let
The
out.
fire's going to let out because it's not around the same minded pieces of coal or same people. So it's like you can not go to church, you can not be involved and not, do what the Lord has called you to do, but your fire is going to go out eventually because you're not around people to hold you accountable or to say, like, hey, why are you not coming to church? Why are you not in small group? Why are you not, looking for mission opportunities or whatever? And so I was like, dang, that's such a good analogy because it's so true. And I feel like that's so true with youth today is they get a false sense of salvation because of emotion or like youth camps and stuff, and then they come back and then it's our job to be like, hey, it's not just a one and done thing. Like there's a journey here. Like it's just now started. And so I feel like discipleship at y'all's age is huge too.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
I think that also the fire and cold thing, I think that's why it's so important to have. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't have friends who are not Christians because I think that that's so important to have like someone you can pour into.
right.
Like when you're being poured into by someone who disciples you, or just, I think it's so important to have friends who you can be held accountable with and who are close to the Lord and have like the same passions for the Lord as you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then when you're just getting poured into so much, you can pour out to
That's right.
people and who don't know.
That's right.
So
That's right. Good stuff. Honestly, I look at y'all and I'm like, golly, I wish that I had that mindset in high school. Not that I wasn't involved in stuff, but I definitely didn't take it seriously, like as far as reading the Bible consistently or having like a mentor and a mentee and stuff like that until I was in college. And again, I went to a Christian college. I went to Anderson.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I was around all the coal with the fire that I needed to be because that's just what Anderson is. It's FCA, BCM, crew, RUF, and then you've got chapel and just people who they go to that school and majority of them are saved because they're like, it's a Christian school. So you just know that going into it. And so I would say there is when I was like, oh, there's more to this than just a get out of hell card,
Mhm.
Like this is a journey. So yeah. Good stuff. Props to y'all. Very proud of y'all. Okay, we're gonna change gear a little bit.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about y'all's church and kind of how we met, I guess, and like how we're gonna talk about Andrew, but you can't tell him, even though he's gonna have to post this. So you guys have known Andrew for a while.
Yeah, since he was doing interns with
The children.
children, yeah.
Yeah. So you used to live, Aidyn. You used to live across the street. And so y'all have been like involved in his life for a long time.
Yeah, he's the reason why I call Chipotle. So
He does love Chipotle. He will eat it every day. He will eat it every day.
gosh, like I don't even remember the first day that I met Andrew.
I don't-
It was just like he was suddenly like my neighbor across the street, the guy that I saw at church, and he's just
yeah, and we would just he would
just love
ask us
Andrew.
every week. He would be like, "Where should I go eat?" And then we would tell him where he should eat every week.
And your dad is the reason, Aidyn, that he found this house.
yes, actually, and he helped him with this.
He did help him with this
Thanks,
beautiful
sis.
wall. And if you're just listening on like Spotify and stuff, you need to go over to YouTube and look at it because it is a baller. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's on like all streaming stuff like Apple and Spotify.
Music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
But it's also like on YouTube. So like if you just watch it, that's fine. But like a lot of people just listen to audio and they don't get to see this bougie wall.
Y'all, it's bougie.
It's so
You can
fancy.
see.
It looks really
It's
good.
purple.
Of course, that's like his
the
signature
first
color.
time that I got in Andrew's car because we were all riding to church together. He had like a bunch of purple stuff in his car and like a purple phone case. And I was like,
Mhm.
you like purple or something? And he's like obsessed with it.
He does, which is funny because I love purple too. But I love it because this is so embarrassing. But when I was in like third grade, I was obsessed with the Abby Hayes books. I don't know if y'all know what those are, but it was like The Amazing Days of Abby Hayes. And it was just like her life. And I was like, oh my gosh, she has the same name as me. So everything that she loves, I have to love. And her favorite color was purple. And so here we are. It's still my favorite color, it's a great color. You can't
It's my favorite color too.
But yeah, so he moved across the street. Y'all go to church together.
We always tried to fix him up.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he met you.
Yeah, like, she every week we'd be like, "You found you a girlfriend yet?" And he'd be like, "No." And I swear, the reason why he went to the Woodruff campus was because he was annoyed with me and Aiden by asking that question every week.
I'm just kidding.
Me too. I followed Aiden and Andrew there, but it's okay.
It's fine. We don't mind it.
We love Woodruff.
But yeah, so it's funny because I, over the summer, came to the Woodruff campus. And I remember I got there and I was on the phone with him because I was nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to meet all his people and I want to have a good first impression and stuff. Because if this goes well, I could end up coming to church here. So, And he was like, just warning. Because I knew about your dad and I knew about all of that, whatever. I hadn't met them yet though. And he was like, Andrew's daughter Aidyn is here and she is already so excited and obsessed with us. So just fair warning, you're probably gonna get tackled. And you met me at the door. I'm so excited.
I've seen pictures, I heard stories. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was standing with Andrew and he was like, oh yeah, by the way, Abby's coming. And I was like, what? And then, I'd already seen pictures and stuff, and he was like, yeah, she's walking in right now, because she had the phone, so I, scouted for her, and then I saw her at the door, and I'd never met her before, but I was just I just gave her a hug, and I was like, hey, I made it.
So I was at Kanishwa one night with my boyfriend's dad and his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then Andrew walks up, and I was like, I haven't seen him in forever because that's when I went to mainly the central campus. And I was like, hey, and then he tells me, he was like, yeah, I'm talking to this girl, and I was like, what? And then he showed me. I was like, oh, she's so pretty and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go work out with her tomorrow. And I was like,
that was fresh.
Yeah, that was fresh. And I was like, oh. And then it was so funny. And then he texted me the picture of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there's no way. And I was like, he was like, did y'all go out to coffee after? And she was like, I think he was like, no, because you had to do something or something
I think
that. Or
I might have had practice.
yeah, I think you had something to do.
Yeah.
But I was like, keep me posted. And then here we are.
Yeah, we're here. No, I remember we went on our first date and it was fine. I just didn't want to go because I was like, and it wasn't because there's an ick or anything. I just was like, no boys, I'm gonna be single the rest of my life. Yeah. The what?
The cornhole was an ick.
No, actually, I thought it was so cool. I don't know. I was like, oh gosh, I just don't want to entertain because it's probably not going to lead anywhere. And there's a lady at my church. Yeah. There's a lady at my church named Anna. And I was like, convince me to go because I literally do not want to. And I remember I was like, Lord, this can either turn into something. It could just be a lesson learned in a relationship, or it could just be, a new friendship or relationship of some sort, whatever. And I thought the first date went really well, but I didn't want to get my hopes up, And it was funny because a lot of the ladies at Burn, that's how we met, because I would work out at Burn and then go get coffee and then go coach, take a shower at the high school and coach for a few hours and then come home. And he said that the ladies at Burn were trying to convince him to come work out forever. And then he walks in and they're like, no way. She actually got you to come. And it was such a hard workout. I felt so bad. That was probably, all the workouts there are really good and they're hard. But it was a athletic conditioning day. Oh my Lord. I'm like, if for that to be your first workout with Burn, props to you because it's hard. It's very hard. And there's really no opportunity to take a break, really. You just keep going, going, going. And so we took a picture because they always do a post that's I crushed my first camp or whatever. And typically it's the whole class, but they're like, oh, y'all are together, so we'll just do y'all two. But we found out later, they thought we'd been dating for a while. And so it was so not awkward, but I'm all stinky and sweaty and gross. And that was our first picture together. And then I'm wait, y'all have been dating for a while? And we're like, no, this is the second time that we hung out. And they were like, our bad. But it's fine. It obviously worked out. So it's
I'm
good
so
stuff.
happy.
I know.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, let's wrap up with this question. Talk about like your thoughts on, well, I guess we've already kind of touched on it, but like your thoughts on community, like as a high schooler, like, because it's good because you go to a really big school
Yeah.
and Woodruff is smaller, obviously. So talk about that.
I find my community, like my main group of people are my FCA leadership,
Mm-hmm.
like peers or whatever. So we have like a leadership team, and those are the people I usually like hang out with. Those are my main people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like we do all these things with like FCA. I don't know. This is like a hard question. Like, but that's like my main community,
Yeah.
and I find that like if you don't have like a reason or something, like a way, like if you don't have Jesus to be like your main, like your center of your community or whatever, like the reason why you're doing everything,
Mm-hmm.
like it's kind of, I see all these kids and stuff, like they're going from one person to another.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't really have that one solid group of people they can like depend on or whatever.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm lucky to have those people that I can lean to, and actually, like, if I have to, like, if I'm struggling with something, I can depend on them to give me good advice instead of worldly stuff.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
So the thing with the Woodruff, so basically, like the whole number of people in my school is equal to the amount of people on their freshman campus.
Yep.
So like in one grade, and that's all.
That's a good perspective to have.
4.
Yeah.
In all 4 grades is one of theirs. But the thing with Woodruff, I think I'm so glad that I moved here because I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't understand what Woodruff is really like.
Yeah.
Because we're so small. I mean, we're not state champions. Well, we are in golf.
Hey, that counts.
And like, we're not this big. I
Like
don't know.
powerhouse
Yes,
school. Yeah.
but when you actually go there, you have to be there to understand how it is.
absolutely.
And the community, it's like there's only like 5 restaurants that people go to, and like there's one ice cream shop that everyone goes to, like one high school, one middle school. Like it's
like true small town
Yes.
feel. Yeah.
and it's like the Woodruff campus is just amazing. It's this place where I don't know, the community, it's so tight knit and everyone just knows everyone, and I feel like I just trust Woodruff. Like
Yeah.
just being able to be in that small town, like when I haven't had that a lot before, like just living in big cities or big places.
Yeah.
It's just such a different feel, and you just like you can't explain it. Just the way that it's, I don't know, like it's
Like
just,
when Riley died last summer, the whole town was grieving.
Yeah.
Not like just like if like a kid died at Dorman, like not a lot of people, like not the whole,
It wouldn't have the same effect.
like everybody was touched by what happened and the accident and stuff.
Yeah.
it's just like in that community that we have, it's just so different than anywhere else
Absolutely.
I've ever been, and it's just like I know it's just the people, they're there for you, and we feel like everyone like feels together as a community. Like
That's good.
everyone's kind of knows everyone. It's very like involved, and I really, as much as I made jokes about it and everything, I feel like if I would have went to Burns, it would have been so different.
Yeah.
And I'm
Absolutely.
really glad for the change that I had.
Yeah, it's really hard to have like a good community with such a large group of people.
Yeah.
Like I would kill to go to Woodruff. I've wanted to for forever. Like my parents were gonna buy some land there, but then COVID happened, so it didn't work out and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would love to have like that small town feel. I guess. I mean, I love like the bigness of the school, but like also it has its cons too.
Oh yeah,
So-
I believe it. Also, when we say campus, Church at the Mill has 3 different
Yeah.
campuses of the church. So like You've got, like, what is it, Lake Cooley?
Lake
Yep.
Cooley, Central, and Woodruff.
And Woodruff. So when we say like Central Campus or Woodruff Campus, that's what we're talking about there. But okay, this will for real be the last question I thought of it. What advice would you give to a high school student who is struggling to find community?
Who wants to go first?
Oh gosh.
I can go.
Okay.
I feel like just like being in high school, this is kind of what like defines the rest of your life, kind of like what you put your faith in and what you choose to put your identity in. And I think just the people that you're around just affect you so much. And I mean, there's a lot of people that you could potentially be around and friendships and everything, but what Hayden said earlier, like you have to have Jesus at the center. And if you find just like one person that that you just know and can trust, or you get involved in a church, and then you just kind of, I know it can feel so lonely and everything, like trying to figure out like your sense of community and where you fit in, but once you just take a step back and just pray about it, like just look for people who are gonna lead you to make good decisions and who pour into you in a good way, like, and just, yeah. You don't have to be the most popular person in school to be happy.
That's right.
And like, you don't have to be with the biggest friend group or have the most friends to feel like fulfilled. Well, Jesus is the only thing that gives fulfillment, but
I know what you mean.
yeah, once you just have one or a few friends, that's all you need.
Yeah, because in the grand scheme of things, like, I talked to 2 people from high school, and they're in my wedding. Like, so in the grand scheme of things, it's like, what are your priorities now? Because if they're not right now, then it's going to be harder to get them in check
Right.
in the future. So,
And I think like I struggled with depression and anxiety for like 6 months, and I felt so alone, and I didn't know, like I just felt like nobody was there or knew how I felt, I guess. And I just like didn't want to do anything. But I would like pretend that I was okay, and I didn't want anybody to like know what was going on in my life and stuff like that. And I finally, like, we started doing a Bible study with Kayla, and it was about anxiety, and it was like Kayla Farmer, by the way, and we love her. Yeah, we love her.
you.
But I just finally found that community, and like Aidyn, and then my one group of girls that I can lean towards and stuff. But I would say is, like, if you are struggling with those kind of things, like, just pray about it for real. Like, the Lord's gonna give you an opportunity or a way out of what you're dealing with.
yeah.
And He's gonna give you somebody, and even if He doesn't, He has a bigger plan for you, I think.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
I actually talked about my like anxiety and like control and everything at camp. And that's always like, I feel like so many people our age, especially girls and everything, like we really like anxiety, like depression, that's like a big struggle and everything. But like ultimately the Lord's in control. That's like a big thing that's helped me with my anxiety. It's like, I can't be so like crippled by my anxiety because like the Lord has a reason for everything that's happening. So why am I anxious?
He has a
about it?
reason for this,
And
He has a reason for your pain, and He has a reason for your anxiety and your depression and things.
Yeah. I always tell people, just because you might have a great community and stuff like you guys have at such a young age, that doesn't mean that trials and tribulations aren't going to happen. And,
Absolutely.
I think people think Christianity is like always butterflies and rainbows, and when it's not, people look at us and see how we respond, and it's like, okay, can we look at who we're trying to model our life after, which is Christ, and look at His life. He did everything perfect, and he submitted to death on a cross. Like, that's how it had to happen. So if we want a life of purpose and fulfillment, we're going to have to, and to be more like Jesus, we're going to have to just suffer some. So
I think it's so great just to have like the one person in the world that like I can always count on Hayden. Like she's my friend forever, and
Yeah.
that's just so important. And I'm glad we got to do this like together.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just
Look, we went to get our nails done and it turned into a podcast episode. So, y'all are awesome. Thanks for coming on Buddy Buddy.
This is so cool.
Yeah. This is the first trio episode, and it's great.
Best trio ever.
I know. So, y'all be on the lookout for this episode to drop, and we're gonna share it, post it, because I think, especially with high schoolers, I think that they can learn a lot hearing from
Oh,
people
absolutely.
their age versus like me and Andrew. I mean, we're not far removed. We're not like really old, but we're y'all are in it. Y'all are like in it, in the thick of it right
Right.
now, and
Right.
so it'll be nice to hear from people their age. So, all right, we'll be back next time.
Bye,
Deuces.